all about the vinyl, the whole vinyl, and nothing but the vinyl. So help me God. Up here, there is no politics, no left wing, no right wing, just a 360-degree trip around that magical world that they call the spinning record. This show follows a few simple rules, okay? All the music comes from a vinyl source. The tracks are never repeated. You're only going to hear a track once. And also, none of the tracks are cleaned up or altered. The skips and the pops are intentional. And all of the shows are going to stay within the 2-hour mark, give or take. Now let's enjoy some sonic milk from the musical teat. I really love those two versions of those songs. I mean, it makes you want to pick up a guitar and learn those tracks. That was Eddie Hazel from the 1977 album Game, Dames, and Guitar Things. Eddie Hazel was the guitarist for Parliament Funkadelic, and that was his solo album. He also did a lot of writing for Motown. One of his popular songs was Shaky Ground, which he had written for himself, but it ended up being on the Temptations' A Song for You album. And I'd love to hear Eddie Hazel's version of it, if there is one. The reason why I played that was because I had picked it up on Record Store Day of 4/20/2024, and that's the subject of today's episode, which is called "One Wedding and a Record Store Day 2024," in which I am going over the stuff that I bought on Record Store Day at a record store called Dumb Records over in Springfield, Illinois. The reason why I was in Springfield, Illinois was because my wife and I went to a wedding out there, and since it fell on the same day as Record Store Day, we decided to look for a record store that was actually going to sell the stuff, and we found Dumb Records. And I'll give you the whole story about that in a bit. And because right now I have my first request and dedication, which I'm really honored to do, from my friend Joe Burrows. This one is for his daughter. There were two requests. Here's the first one. This one's for his daughter, Emily Burrows, from an album that I also bought on Record Store Day. I got this album called Relics by Pink Floyd, which is my all-time favorite band. And here is a track called See Emily Play.
Emily tries but misunderstands. She's often inclined to borrow somebody's dreams till tomorrow. There is no other day. Let's try it another way. You'll lose your mind and play. Free gates for me. See Emily play. Soon after reaches the ground. Float on the river forever and ever, Emily. There is no other day. Let's try it another way. You'll lose your mind and play. 3 games to play. See Emily play.
I never get sick of hearing that song. It's just so perfect. That was for Emily Burrows from Joe Burrows, and that was See Emily Play. I got that off of the Relics release that I picked up on Record Store Day. And now my next dedication goes to Julia Burrows, who, from her dad, Joe Burrows. And this one is Julia Dream, also from the Relics release.
Sunlight bright upon my pillow, lighter than an eider down. Will she let the weeping willow wind its branches round? Julia, dream, dream not queen, queen of all my dreams. Every night I turn the light out, waiting for the velvet blind. Will the scaly armadillo find me where I'm hiding? Julia, dream, dream not queen, queen of all my dreams. Misty master break me? Will the key unlock my mind? Will the following footsteps catch me? Am I really dying? Julia, dream, dream not queen, queen of all my dreams. Julia, dream, dream not queen, queen of all my dreams. Julia, dream, dream not queen, queen of all my
That song is so sweet. I'm glad he dedicated that to her. That was for Julia Burrows from her father, Joe Burrows, and that was Julia Dream from the Relics release. That Relics was released in 1971, and it was one of the albums that I bought on Record Store Day, which was on April 20th, 2024, which 420 is also a term for marijuana. And boy, do I love that stuff. And so basically, this time Record Store Day was different. This was my third Record Store Day. And before, let's see, the first time I went to a Record Store Day, I really wasn't that interested. I wasn't focused on it. It was it was, I think, 3 years ago. And 3 or 4 years ago. And I didn't really buy much of anything. I had bought, Oh yeah, it was the Harold and Maude soundtrack from Cat Stevens and a album that was done by, it was I think called Pinup Girls, in which had Jane Mansfield, music from songs from Jane Mansfield, Mamie Van Doren, a couple of other people. I wasn't really into it. The second time when I went to, and I bought that from Younger Than Yesterday, which was in Peoria, Illinois. The second time I went, I was more invested in it, and I went to Co-op Records in Moline, Illinois. Now, the reason why I'm pointing that out, I went to Moline back in 2022, and that was the first time I went for a record store day, and there was a line around the store, and I thought, wow, people are really into this thing. And I got my stuff, and I did a show on it. This time when we went to Springfield, and we chose to go to Dumb Records, and we arrived in Springfield on a Friday evening at around 6 o'clock. And we visited Dumb Records to get a layout of, a lay of the land there. Sort of like to look at the store, see where the records are, the vinyl is going to be, and also see if there was stuff that we wanted to get. And there were already two women with their blankets and everything in front of the store. Now this was at 6 p.m. on the 19th of April. It was a mother and daughter. And I just thought, okay, that's pretty hardcore. I wonder what am I looking at? So we got to our hotel room, and, my wife watched RuPaul's Drag Race. It was the season finale of it. And we went to bed. I was planning to go at 6 in the morning because I knew that there was going to be a line. What are you kidding? This record store day was promoted harder than any of the other ones I've seen. I don't know why, but I think it had to do with the date of 420. But they made it a point to really hammer this one in. I mean, on my Facebook page, I was inundated with all the record stores that were being involved with this event. The list was constantly being sent out there. The record stores were posting their inventory of what they were getting. I mean, they really wanted you out there, and I heard that this was the most successful record store day that they've had since they started this thing. So I'm in bed asleep, and my wife, at around 1 in the morning, because she was out, I think she was out with friends in Springfield, and she wakes me up at around 1 in the morning, at around 1:30, and she says, honey, you got to look at this. And I thought I was going to be seeing my wife naked. That wasn't the point. And she's like, you got to look at this. And she was on Facebook, on the page for Dumb Records, and they were taking photos of the line. They were already forming a line of people sleeping in line for this. She said, and she's just like, I think we have to get there earlier than 6 because look at this. And I'm just like, oh God. So we get there at 5 in the morning, and already there's a line there of people in tents and blankets and stuff like that, and it was cold. So we were in line at 5 in the morning. They were letting people in 20 at a time. So finally, when the store opened at 8, we got there, and we were the second group of 20. And quite honestly, the first group of 20, if you went as far as to go sleep in line, more power to you for getting a lot of the stuff that you wanted. Because, I mean, as much as I was in a record store today, I wasn't sleeping outside. For a record store. What are you, nuts? I'm 55 years old. I want to sleep in a warm bed. No. I mean, quite honestly, I mean, because I had budgeted $600 to spend on this thing. So I was not going to sleep on a public street under a blanket with $600 in my wallet. What are you, nuts? So, so one of the things that I was interested in getting was the South Park album. It was South Park Live at Red Rocks with Ween and Primus, and it turned out the first 20 people in line got their hands on it before I did. Like I said, more power to them. You slept in the cold in front of a record store, which I am never going to do. No. The thing that really upsets me about that is that a lot of people that did get their hands on the South Park album ended up flipping it, and they're selling it on eBay and all that for like close to $150 to $200. I am not spending that much on a record, unless it's a Prince box set that includes about 10 pieces of vinyl in it, an unreleased live concert, and a really great booklet. I'll spend it on Prince, not on any other release. Not like that. And one of the things, because the original cost on the 3-record set for the South Park release was $45. And now people are selling it for $150 to $200. I think that you're just total scum for doing that. I'm not paying that much. One of the albums that was in demand for me that I really wanted was an album called Not Ready for Prime Time, The Replacements Live at the Cabaret Metro in 1986. And I was really excited that I was able to get my hands on that because as you all remember, I did a show on the Replacements in which they had a concert from when they were starting out at First Avenue and then also Incarcerated. And those were two incredible recordings. This one, Live at the Cabaret Metro, 1986, I have no problem saying is a complete disgrace. I have never heard a worse sounding record in my life. And the fact that Rhino Records put this out, they should be ashamed of themselves because they could have remastered that better. And I'm gonna play you a track that was the better sounding track out of all of out of all of the album. At least one good thing about it was the photography was done by my friend Steve Diet-Getty, who's a fetish photographer, and he's been a friend of mine for over 30 years. And it was recorded by Monty Lee Wilkes and what's this other name? Adam Jacobs from a soundboard. This doesn't sound like a soundboard. This sounds like it was recorded from a cassette recorder inside somebody's coat, and the coat was closed. So here is a track of them doing a cover of Kiss's Black Diamond, and like I said, this was the better sounding one out of the tracks. So here it is.
Out on the street for a living, you know it's only begun. It got you on the left thumb. Time
what I mean by that? I mean, now the thing was, that sounded just a little okay. The rest of it sounds extremely muffled. And the thing is, the reason why I'm so hardcore about that is because you're going to hear stuff from, now that was in 1986. I'm going to be playing something from a Nat King Cole album from 1953 at the Blue Note Cafe, which sounds pristine. Also, I'm going to be playing some Thin Lizzy stuff from Hammersmith Odeon. That sounds perfect. And the fact that there's decent enough technology, they could have fixed the high end on that. And I own this album just for the sake of, I love the replacements and I wanted to own a piece of history. Also, my friend did the photography for it. But they could have done a better job with that, especially the fact that Rhino and Warner Brothers, Sire Records, they also released a Talking Heads concert, which you're going to hear later in the show. And it sounds incredible. But that was Black Diamond from their Cabaret Metro show. And the thing about that was they didn't want to be recorded. They were playing with the band. Opening band was Precious Wax Drippings. And what happened was what the staff at the Cabaret Metro did, the sound people, they recorded Precious Wax Drippings, and what they decided was to keep recording and not tell the replacements. So they didn't know they were being recorded, so they just snuck and recorded it. And I guess they're fine with it now because they thank Paul Westerberg, Tommy Stinson in the credits. So I mean, because they got to get permission for that. So, but it wasn't the best. So now my next release that I bought on Record Store that I have, because there were other releases that I bought, is from an adult movie from 1981 called Le Femme Object, and from Jean-Claude Nashon. And this is a track called Portrait Robot d'une Poupée from the album. So here it is. That was from the soundtrack of Le Femme Object, that was a film that starred Marilyn Jess, and that movie was good. I I can't say why it was good because I'm assuming that children are listening to this episode. But it was good. And right now I'm gonna play a track from Dana Gillespie off of the album "Weren't Born a Man." This is a release from, let's see, where was this from? This was 1974 that I bought at the record store. And this is a track that was produced by David Bowie and Mick Ronson. And let's see, the people playing on the track were, let's take a look. Okay, the strings were arranged by Mick Ronson. The guitar was Mick Ronson from the Spiders from Mars. The piano was Rick Wakeman from Yes. And the bass was Trevor Boulder and Rick Woodmansey from the Spiders from Mars with David Bowie. And this is a track called Mother, Don't Be Frightened.
Mother, don't be frightened by what you think you see. I've got some things to try out, but I'll take good care of me. Mother, don't be frightened about what you don't know. Oh, Mother, for the first time, I want to let my feelings flow. I know you've always loved me and lent a helping hand, but I only want one person and to sing in his band. So now I've reached a limit where you just cannot go. Oh, Mother, for the first time, I want to let my feelings flow. Something in me seemed to crack up inside. The love I need is about to be denied. But I know you want to help. Well, there's nothing you can do. For the look in your eyes shows me you've guessed what I am going through. Mother, it's alright, I'm only going mad, thinking how I've lived with the innocence I had. Mother, it's alright to kiss me when you go. Oh, Mother, for the first time, I want to let my feelings flow. Something in me seemed to crack up inside. The love I need is about to be denied. But I know you want to help. Well, there's nothing you can do. For the look in your eyes shows me you've guessed what I am going through. Mother, it's alright, I'm only going mad, thinking how I've lived with the innocence I had. Mother, it's alright to kiss me when you go. Oh, Mother, for the first time, I want to let my feelings flow.
some special hoedown from Gilly's Urban Cowboy Band from the Urban Cowboy soundtrack. Another album that I picked up because I really wanted to hear that song because at work that song plays in my head. I don't know why. And the it also helps that since it's Urban Cowboy and it starts with a U, and I don't have I only have two albums with under the U category. One is a Utopia album, and the other one is from Udo Dirkschneider that I bought on Record Store Day back in 2022. So it's great that I could put another U in my collection. And before that, we had Dana Gillespie, Mother Don't Be Frightened, from her album, Weren't Born a Man. She has a new album coming out that's produced by Soft Cell's Mark Almond. So I'm looking forward to hearing that. So right now we're going to have a track from the album Strictly Dynamite, The Best of the Digits. And they are a Chicago punk band, they were pretty good. So it was a 2-record set called Strictly Dynamite, The Best of the Digits, and it was attached to another record called Bring Me the Head of Jaco Pastorius, Early Digits and UXB 1981-1984. And here's a track called Under the Christmas Fish. Revolution from the album that was released on Record Store Day called Hits Are for Squares. It was a 2-record set with 16 tracks, and that was an unreleased track that was recorded exclusively for the release. It was written back in 2007 in a New England basement and transformed into that. They reunited and got back together and recorded that track, or so they say in the album liner notes. So that was Slow Revolution by Sonic Youth. And before that, we had Under the Christmas Fish by The Digits for Strictly Dynamite. And right about now, we are going to have a track that was pretty controversial this year from a release that's gotten a lot of press. That's from the Cowboy Carter Act 2 vinyl release from Beyonce, or as it's said on the album cover and spine, Beyonce, Beyince. They made a big deal because they're saying that this is Beyonce's country album. And I actually listened to this from beginning to end the other day, and it's about as country as a Taylor Swift release. Now, I'm not saying that as an insult. The thing is that Beyonce on this release had tracks that lean towards country music, and Rhiannon Giddens, an extraordinary country folk artist, is playing banjo on the tracks, some of the tracks, and it makes a lot of references towards country music. But the thing is it really isn't a country album per se. It's not rootsy like a country or folk album. I mean, don't put on the album expecting her to sound like Nico Case. But it's a good record. I can definitely say that. And this track was a cover of the classic track from Dolly Parton's album, from Dolly Parton called Jolene. And one thing that I liked the take that Beyonce did on this track. And they're making a big deal saying that black people really shouldn't be doing country music. They should stay in their own lane. I got a comment to say towards ignorant people like that, but I can't say that because I'm assuming that children are listening to this episode. So, but here's the track if you haven't heard it already. Now, I'm one of those people that doesn't listen to the radio, so I only heard this track when I bought the record. So here it is with a nice little introduction.
Hey, Miss Honeybee, it's Dolly P. You know that hussy with the good hair you sang about? Reminded me of someone I knew back when, except she has flaming locks of auburn hair. Bless her heart. Just a hair of a different color, but it hurts just the same.
Don't take a chance because you think
Anything for you, Willie.
Well,
Happy birthday, brother.
what key we doing this in? Right?
Can we do it in the key of smoke?
Roll me up and smoke me when I die. And if anyone don't like it, look on me in the eye. I didn't come here and I ain't leaving, so don't sit around and cry. Just roll me up and smoke me when I die. You won't see no sad teary eye. When I get my wings, it's my time to fly.
Call my friends and tell them there's a party going by. So just roll me up and smoke me when I die. Come on, y'all. Roll me up and smoke me when I die. And if anyone don't like it, just look at me. I didn't come here and I ain't leaving, so don't sit around and cry. Just roll me up and smoke me when I die. It's a beautiful night tonight. Somebody make some noise for the legend, Mr. Willie Nelson. Anybody out there smoking tonight? Roll one for Mr. Nelson. Roll me up and smoke me when I die. If anyone don't like it, just look them in the eye. So just roll me up and smoke me when I die.
Take me out and build a roaring fire. Roll me in the flame for about an hour. Take me out and twist me up, point me toward the sky.
Yes, just roll me up and smoke me when I die. Come on, y'all. Roll me up and smoke me when I die. If anyone don't like it, just look up in the eye. I didn't come here and I ain't leaving, so don't sit around and cry. Just roll me up and smoke me when I die.
I didn't come here and I ain't leaving, so don't sit around and cry. Roll me up and smoke me when I die. Thank you, Stu.
Thank you, Willie. I love you, brother.
All right, you too. Heck of a deal. Y'all doing all right? Want to do this one?
Roll Me Up and Smoke Me When I Die with Snoop Dogg and Willie Nelson off of the Long Story Short Willie Nelson 90 Live at the Hollywood Bowl Volume 2 release, which was actually a great concert. You could see it on Paramount Plus. It's kind of interesting how they, a good amount of the states in America have legalized recreational and medicinal marijuana. And so during this concert, they made a lot of references to smoking marijuana on stage. So it goes to show, since they relaxed the law, that now they're openly talking about it. Just like I openly talk about having edibles on my Facebook page. And just so you know, the Facebook page is The Vinyl Exile, Jamal Wilson. And you could send me a message, tell me what you thought about the show, have requests and all that. But on volume 2 on the album, there's a lot of references about getting high, like Willie Got Me Stoned by Jack Johnson. So during the concert, they make a lot of references about, hey, I smoked with Willie. Now they can talk about it and not worry about getting arrested. So that It's a blessing. I wish more people would partake of the devil's lettuce, as they call it, because we need to freaking relax. So right now, we have a track from the Live and Dangerous at Hammersmith, November 16, 1976, with Thin Lizzy. Here is Johnny the Fox meets Jimmy the Weed.
This is the title track of a new album. It's a song that goes like this. Johnny the Fox. He called to Jimmy the Weed. Said, hey man, I know your name. I seen you cruising with the lowriders. Hanging out down on First Street, Maine. Tuned into, listening to the voodoo rhythm devil. Around the bay, we got some crazy DJ. Send you out to heaven. Jimmy the Weed for greed, he was taken. Johnny the Fox, you old slack. Cleverly the fox conceals his stash. Crisp dollar bills can leave no tracks in the back of a black Cadillac. Voodoo music travel down Skid Row, only black men can go. The shady deal unravel. How much is this thing? Johnny the Fox, hot to hustle. Jimmy the Weed, he won't use no muscle. That cat's so sly, slick and subtle. Johnny the Fox breaks down the Bible. Tuned into, listening to the voodoo music travel. The beating drum for the lonely one. Send you out to heaven, right out to heaven. sanctuary. Dangerous. This here street's gonna put its mark on you. I can see it, baby. I ain't seen it before. The black light on your sexy tattoo. Somehow you're too smart to be fools. You don't make no arrangements to come out of the basement. Stop feeding your love to the fire. Get some cool wind in your hair. Yeah, disappear from this here. Dangerous.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. This time we like to give you a version of a very lovely song we had the pleasure of recording in a picture of the same name. A little tune we hope you enjoy called Blue Gardenia. Blue Gardenia. Now I'm alone with you. And I am all so blue. She has tossed us aside, and like you, gardenia, once I was near her heart. After the teardrops start, where are teardrops to hide? I lived for an hour. What more can I tell? Loved bloom like a flower, then the petals fell. Blue gardenia, thrown to a passing breeze, but pressed in my book of
And that was from the perfect release of Live at the Blue Note Chicago, 1953, from Nat King Cole. It's a record store day release that I bought for my mother, and it is an incredible album. If you want to track it down, I'd highly recommend that you do that. You could definitely go on Facebook, check with your local record store to see if they have it, because they still do. They're still selling their record store day releases online. If you have trouble finding it through Facebook, definitely go on Discogs and search on the Nat King Cole Live at the Blue Note Chicago 1953 release, and definitely get it. It is such an enjoyable album. I can't recommend. I'll literally say out of all the albums I've bought on Record Store Day, that definitely is one of the top releases that I bought. It's an extraordinary album. Before that, we had the Cut Sessions from Golden Earring. From the album The Cut Sessions, that was Shadow Avenue, a track that didn't make it onto the Cut release, which was their most successful album in the United States. And before that, we had Johnny the Fox meets Jimmy the Weed, and from Live and Dangerous at Hammersmith, November 16, 1976. And right now, I'm going to play a track from a Grace Jones album that I picked up over at Dumb Records. And I was able to pick up 3 Grace Jones albums, and I was very happy about that. I bought the Inside Story release, which was produced by Nile Rodgers, her Nightclubbing album, and her Muse album, which the Muse album I wasn't that impressed with, but the Nightclubbing and Inside Story release I absolutely love. And here's a track called Victor Should Have Been a Jazz Musician.
see Nina Simone. The concert was over. There was still a band playing the wrap-up. The bongo man laid his beat with his hand. I closed my eyes and looked at him. Victor should have been a jazz musician. I said to myself, Victor should have been a jazz musician. I looked at his face and I saw Victor. Looked at his smile and I saw Victor. I looked at his hair. I thought Victor should have been a jazz musician. Victor should have been a jazz musician. There were people dancing on the floor, dancing on the floor. They were so high. You should have seen Victor smile. You should see Victor smile as they danced all the while, all around on the floor. And he laughed. Victor should have been a jazz musician. Oh, Victor should have been a jazz musician. He was playing so nice, a jazz musician. city that's hot, tending all the Latinos and the Puerto Ricans. Victor seems happy. He doesn't even know himself. He's got to look inside to know in his first life. Victor was a jazz musician. Got to look inside to know. He was a jazz musician. In his first life, he was a jazz musician. Victor was a jazz musician. Somewhere, Victor plays his music. He loves his music. Somewhere, Victor loves his music. He plays his music. Somewhere, Victor is a jazz musician.
To the universe, from whom all things proceed, to whom all things return, unveil to us the face of the true spiritual sun, hidden by a disk of golden light, that we may know the truth and do our whole duty as we journey to thy sacred feet.
Well, I said, Lily, oh, Lily, I don't feel safe. I feel like life has blown a great big hole through me. And she said, child, you must protect yourself. You can protect yourself.
The book I read from the Record Store Day release live at WCOZ 77. That was one of the most sought after releases on 420 Record Store Day, along with the South Park Live at Red Rocks album. And it's an enjoyable release. Before that, we had from the 2024 Record Store Day ambassador and also recent Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee, Kate Bush, from the Eat the Music 10-inch. That was Lily. And we started out the set with Victor Should Have Been a Jazz Musician from Grace Jones's Inside Story release that was produced by Nile Rodgers. And right now we're gonna have a track from the Punk 45 series that usually comes out on Record Store Day. This one is, the release was called Punk 45, Kill the Hippies, Kill Yourself. The American Nation Destroys Its Young, Underground Punk in the United States of America, Volume 1. And it's a really good and tight compilation. And this is a track called Just Head from the Nervous Eaters.
Just I'm waiting for my man. I'm waiting for my man. $26 in my hand. Up to Lexington 125. Feel sick and dirty, more dead than alive. I'm waiting for my man. Hey, white boy, what you doing uptown? Hey, white boy, chasing all that women around. Pardon me, sir, it's the furthest from my mind. I'm just looking for a dear friend of mine. Yeah, I'm waiting for my man. Here comes, he's all dressed in black. Beat up shoes and a big straw hat. He's never early, he's always late. First thing you learn is that you always gotta wait. I'm waiting for my man. Waiting for my man. Up to a brownstone, up 3 flights of stairs. Everybody's pincher, yeah, but nobody cares. Yeah, he's got the works, give you sweet taste. You gotta split because you got no time to waste. I'm waiting for my man. Baby, don't you holler, baby, don't you scream and shout.
That was, let's see, that was Donald Austin with Hot Rooster off of the album The Westbound Sound, Westbound Records. That was curated for Record Store Day, and on the back it says, let's see here. It was, this compilation contains tracks from the vaults of Westbound Records, selected by the people who work in real live record stores. So it's a really good compilation album, and I'd highly recommend going up on Discogs or asking your local record store if they have a copy of it. It's a reasonably priced one. I bought a copy for $14.99, and I've listened to it constantly since I bought it. Before that, we had a track from Muddy Waters' Psychedelic Blues album that made it to 127 on the Billboard charts when it was first released. That was from the album Electric Mud. I was able to pick that up at Dumb Records, him doing Hoochie Coochie Man. And before that, I'm Waiting for the Man by Keith Richards off of the release Power of the Heart, a tribute to Lou Reed. And I thought he did a great job on that. And we had Whitesnake. I was able to pick up that album, Snake Bite, from Whitesnake, also at the record store, with him doing a cover of the Bobby Blue Blank classic, Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City. And I started out the set with Just Head from the Punk 45 Kill the Hippies, Kill Yourself release from the Nervous Eaters. And I am going to end up going over the 2-hour mark because I have to play one final track in this episode because I got very, very, very lucky with this last piece of vinyl that I was able to purchase. And because of that, I really am going to say right now, if you have any children listening to this episode, do not play this in front of them. It has a lot of foul language in it, but it's one of my favorite songs that uses foul language, profanity. And the reason why I'm playing this is because I didn't know this was available on vinyl, and I tripped over it when I was shopping for records, and I'm dedicating this to my man Joe because he had sent me a copy of a track from one of his favorite bands, Avenged Sevenfold, called A Little Piece of Heaven, and that's a pretty macabre song if you ever hear it or listen to it. So I thought I'd do him one better and play this track off of an album called Murder Ballads by Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, and this is a track called Stagger Lee. Once again, do not let your kids listen to this song.
It was back in 32 when times were hard. He had a Colt 45 and a deck of cards. Stagger. He wore rack-drawn shoes and an old Stetson hat. Had a 2840, had payments on that. Stagger. His woman threw him out in the ice and the snow, and she told him never ever come back no more. Stagger. So he walked through the rain and he walked through the mud till he came to a place called the Bucket of Blood. Stagger. said, Mr. Motherfucker, you know who I am. And the barkeeper said, no, and I don't give a good goddamn. To Stagger Lee. He said, well, bartender, it's a plain to see. I'm the bad motherfucker called Stagger Lee. Mr. Stagger Lee. Well, the barkeeper said, yeah, I heard your name down the way, and I kick motherfucking asses like you every day, Mr. Stagger Lee. Well, those were the last words that the barkeep said, 'cause Stag put 4 holes in his motherfucking head. Just then in came a broad called Nellie Brown, known to make more money than any bitch in town. Yeah. She struts across the bar, hitching up her skirt over to Stagger Lee. She's starting to flirt with Stagger Lee. She saw the barkeep, said, oh God, he can't be dead. Stag said, well, just count the holes in the motherfucker's head. She said, you ain't look like you're scored in quite a time. Wanna come to my bed? It won't cost you a dime, Mr. Stagger Lee. But there's something that I have to say before you begin. You have to be gone before my man Billy Dilly comes in, Mr. Stagger Lee. I'll stay here till Billy Dilly comes in, till time comes to pass. And furthermore, I'll fuck Billy Dilly in his motherfucking ass, said Stagger Lee. I'm a bad motherfucker, don't you know? And I'll crawl over 50 good pussies just to get to one fat boy's asshole, said Stagger Lee. Just then Billy Dilly rolls in, he says, you must be the man motherfucker called Stagger Lee. I'm Stagger Lee. Yeah, I'm Stagger Lee, and you better get down on your knees and suck my dick, because if you don't, you're gonna be dead, said Stagger Lee. Oh, well, Billy Dilly dropped down and slobbered on his head, and Stag filled him full of lead. Oh, yeah.
Exile was written and performed by Jamal Wilson. The podcast was produced by Jamal Wilson and Jason McKeever Wilson. The logo was created by the irreplaceable Ann Almgren. Special thanks goes to Ribbon Records and Younger Than Yesterday Records in Peoria, Illinois, Co-op Records in Sterling, Illinois, and Discogs Online. Don't forget to tell your friends and loved ones about the show. I can always be contacted through messaging through Vinyl Exile at Instagram and Facebook. Finally, once again, thank you so much for your patience and your loyalty to my show. This is a tough new era for all of us, regardless of our ideals and beliefs. Just please stay home and stay safe. Support your local businesses. Wear a face mask. Wash your hands. And be civil and compassionate to